Alrighty, so since the tank is leaking, I will not finish attaching all the PVC pipes together, etc., until I get it fixed. And I can't really fix it right now until it dries, being that I put some water in it to test it. I'm also out of the wire, the thinner wire that I was using to wrap to the pole, or to wrap, where the two pieces of wire mesh came together. So I'm kind of at a standstill on the coop until I get to the store. And it's going to be a couple of days before I do that. So having said that, what's next? Well, I can sit around in the house and watch a movie or play video games, or I can do something that I've been putting off, not because I wanted to put it off, but I've been so focused on the coop. So what does that mean? Well, I've got wood here. Several of them are long pieces and relatively nice, but they need to be separated with the pole saw here. And I can use them and make my tripods for my cucumbers in the garden. So like this one here, the nice straight one. That one's going to the garden. All right, first little tripod. That's my dragon egg cucumber. It's supposed to be a shorter cucumber. Still grows fat, great for one-person salads. It's also my newbie. That's the only newbie. It's a lie. That pepper over there is also a newbie. Those are the only two that I'm trying this year. Everything else has been something tried and true. I'm doing that mostly because the regular cucumbers that I do, and that'll be next, some years do well, some years don't. And right now the verdict is still out. My cucumbers, both the newbie and the tried and true, were started the same time as the tomatoes. My tomatoes are 4 foot tall. This is the only one of all the cucumbers that's actually got tendrils that want to vine. So, verdict is still out on all the cucumbers. We'll see. But again, it's just a tripod. Got some twine around it. Got some twisty tie stuff for where the new hoses that I got this year, holding the tops together. Something for it to climb up. This is what they happen to like when they've grown here. Yeah, these are I'm going to say tried and true. He's blooming. Makes sense. He wants to go, but they always seem to struggle here for a while. Anyway, I've got some more logs to put together. This one I'm going to do with 4 because his partners are over here. So in that way, each of them gets their own leg. There's another 2. It'll be 2 legs and 2 legs to give them 4. Because there's 3 of them that have survived. The one that was here died. Yeah, and we'll just kind of give them their own pole and twine it up with string and keep on rolling. Now, I was going to twine up tomatoes as well, because I've got some, you can see where I've got zip ties on them. To keep them up off the ground. I don't have enough twine. I'm going to run out of twine probably before I get this guy completely wrapped. I'll get him started. And when I go to the store to get more wire, I will have to pick up some more twine. How are you out of this? I don't know, but I am. All right. There's the supervisor. She's, doing perimeter checks. And I'll talk to you later. All right, there's the 4th one. I did it as a quad leg because one of them's got this really funky bend in it. So anyway, I did it as a quad. It also put it so that each one has its own leg stand to start off with. I'm also out of twine. I knew I was going to be. So I started it there, winded it up because that's the one that's grown the longest so far. So it would be able to reach the twine, and then tied it off to that leg. Now neither of these 2 are long enough that they have to have a piece of twine right now. So I'll keep an eye on it. Now again, because of all the funky shapes, I used the twisty ties that all the new hoses came with. Really long, really strong. They'll be great. They'll hold this together, even with full weight on it. Twisty tied well. All right, so what are we going to do next? Take some more twisty ties that I have and go ahead and get these 2 A-frames set where I want them. And get the poles here attached, again, where I want them, so they can start supporting the peppers. The peppers are not being weighed down yet, but I have blooms that have got pepper sets at the bottom of them already. There you go. Just little baby miniature peppers. But the peppers, as they get larger, will get heavier. So I do the same thing with the peppers that I do with my tomatoes. I string them to a support bar. Now, peppers don't get as tall as tomatoes, so I don't need it, 6 foot tall. These are only, what, 4 foot tall-ish, and that'll be more than enough for the pepper. Or peppers, I should say. So, let me get busy. Get the supports actually bracketed down to the tops. Because again, I'm out of twine, can't twine anything today. But I can get it ready for the next. I don't like to go to the store for just a roll of twine. It's a huge waste of gas for some twine. So now I need some twine, and I need some wire. And, that way when I go, I can pick up 2 or 3 things and make it worth the trip. All right, let me get on, keep on keeping on. All right, so again, all I did was attach the tops because I'm out of twine. So the rest will wait. Not a huge issue, don't have to finish today, but I do need to go ahead and get the twine up and running because I do have baby peppers on here, which means I need to do it with all of them. And having said that, since I don't have the twine, I started working on my tomatoes. If you've been with the channel for any length of time, you know I'm a firm believer in stripping down, say the bottom 18 inches, or keeping them stripped as they grow higher. It prevents the rain hitting the dirt splashing on the bottom part of the leaf, and them getting a tomato blight, because once you get it, it'll take over the entire bed and it'll ruin your tomatoes. But that helps prevent that. It also allows the sunlight to hit the marigold, and there's a couple of marigolds in here. The marigolds want the sunlight, and when they're all in shade, they stay stunted. So by keeping the lower 18 inches clear, the marigolds grow, and marigolds are actually a natural repellent for the moth that lays the hornworm eggs. So it's a symbiotic relationship, and it helps when you keep that lower 18 inches of leaves away. On these second ones, because those aren't as tall yet, I only went up about 6 inches. And as they get taller, I will again continue to pinch leaves off or make sure there's no suckers down at the lower end. Now, once they get this tall, that makes sense. If they decide they want to produce another stem, I don't stop them. Like that one, I don't stop them. I don't pick suckers this high. They can up here, they can do whatever they want. Down at the base, they should have like tree root strength. That's just how I do it. So, anyway, I think I'm done in here. I don't think I'm gonna get anything else done today. Had the water on while I was working these earlier. I've got the water on up here now. Give everybody a drink. It's been a warm day. We've still got a few more days before we're expecting the next set of rain, so, give everybody a little drink. Yeah. I know I've got weeds. I tend to de-weed on an area I'm working. As an example, I hung the poles here. So I went through, and you can see there's some dead grass laying there. Why? Because I pulled it. Yes, that tends to be what I do. When I'm working on an area, I pull the weeds. I didn't harvest orchard today. I did not pull weeds in that area today. I didn't need to. That's how I do that. That way it's not like, oh, I have to weed the garden and have lots of weeds to do. No, I do it when I do that area. So as an example, when I get ready to do the swell, it will be an afternoon chore, so it's in shade like it is right now. I'll just kind of start at one end, and I will de-weed and then plant with the other stuff that I need to plant. I've got some zinnias that I want to plant. I just kind of weed it and move, weed it and move, weed it and move. All right, having said that, we'll look at the passion fruit real quick, because it's like, I think it's growing like a foot a day, which is awesome. And it's all the way up here. It's so you can see it's almost at the, as you can see, there's the top vine. It's almost at the support bars, which is awesome. Whoop. Saying that's a baby flower. It's not opened yet. I'm hoping that I get more fruit off of it this year, because it will be able to vine this year, where last year it didn't vine for a while because I didn't realize it was here. But we'll see. All right, let me go on and find something else to do. and I'll talk to you later. All right, so building the tripods out of some wood that was here just kind of put me in a wood mood. I haven't finished processing this. Larger pieces are stacked on the stack. Smaller pieces are over there with the kindling. Kind of see them. You can see their ends look a little white. So, there's a couple pieces over there. From there, what I did. Yeah, we're gonna take a little walk. Suppose I'd hurt my shoulder, so I've never been able to process this wood when this tree came down back in October. I can't swing an axe or a mallet. Been through my physical therapy. I'm as good as physical therapy is going to get me. I need a log splitter. It's just that easy. I'm not going to be able to do this manually. I've gotten too old for it. Sucks to be me. Having said that, there was a stack of wood here. It's garden 2, stack of wood, some smaller scrub there. What I did is if it was fireplace size already, it got stacked. If it's stuff that still needs to be split, I put it there. Instead of that just being 2 rows, it's now a pile. Why? Because I don't have a wood splitter. But what that's going to allow me to do is when I can mow here, instead of having just this little walkway, does that make sense? I will have an open floor plan again that goes from garden to scrub area. I need that. The second thing that allows me to do is finish this garden. One of my spring plans, and nothing has worked on time this year. It's all right, but one of the spring plans was to where I put the bricks in on this row and I put the bricks in on this row and move this row down like I want it. Does that make sense? And I have the black woven fabric was to move the fence. Instead of coming out of the house, coming down, passing the gate to turn the fence off, and then coming back up to open the gate. That makes sense. The gate should be here. It should line up with this aisle. That way you come out of the house, you come around, you turn the power off, you open the gate, you go in the garden. That's the plan. Having said that, that means, does that make sense? Everything shifts an entire panel place. You see how that goes? The end of the gate there that opens actually comes down here. Everything shifts. And then instead of having this huge open area that's up top here that's a mess, I end up with a walk space down here on the back side of the blueberries where I don't have any space. That's only a foot. My butt, if I bring any tools in, where I'm hitting my fence all the time, but I couldn't move it because the wood was still here. So since I was in a wood mood, I moved the wood. What's stackable was stacked. What's not stackable is stacked over there. So when I get a log splitter, I can split it, or I can drill into it and put mushroom plugs or just whatever. It's not here anymore because it was stopping me from being able to go any farther with this. So anyway, that's what I did. I'm hoping the chicken drum is dry enough. I will spend 5 minutes and put some more of my caulk stuff on it. See if it will seal. I won't show that on film. I will show the next time I put water in it. Again, if next time it doesn't work, I'll take it all off. I'll put a patch in it, and it'll be the one that holds their feed. So that's the thought process. Otherwise, I'm done. Weatherman said I wasn't going to have any rain. I've had off and on clouds come in. There's been a little bit of thunder, but so far nothing crazy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put stuff away and then go get the caulk stuff and add another set of caulk to the drum. So y'all have an awesome day. Miss Panda and I'm not even sure where she is right now, but she and I, we'll talk to you later.